Hey friends, so I got a lot of feedback that you guys liked the longer form videos, and I personally like making them, so I'm making you another one right now. And this one actually has nothing to do with dreams, and I wanted to instead talk about vulnerability and confidence and how we show up in the world, yada, yada, yada. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is because I was out with some friends over the weekend, and they were saying how when I show up on socials, I come across as very confident. And considering what I do, for you people who've been following me for a while, you're probably like, okay, it's not that weird, but it is kind of weird. And from, the life that I came from previous to, stepping out and doing a spiritual based business, I was in the mortgage industry. So coming from the mortgage industry and stepping into a spiritual based business, that can be kind of scary for a lot of people. And they were just kind of like, that's kind of great that you did that, and it seems like you don't really care what people think, and you come across as very confident and all that kind of stuff. And I kind of laughed because I was just like, wow, that's so funny. That's great that I come off confident, because for the most part now I do feel quite confident, but it wasn't always like that. And that's kind of what I wanted to touch on. Is vulnerability is something that we all feel, and we all go through moments where we lack confidence in ourselves, when we lack trust in ourselves, when we feel really unsure. And I remember when I was first starting this spiritual based business, it was November 2017 that I went to Egypt, and that's when all this whole dream oracle stuff kind of unlocked. And sometimes when I think about that, I think about like how weird that story itself is. Like I'm just getting some water. If I was you watching me talk about my journey of awakening, awakening my dream oracle, I would think that's pretty crazy. And I'm not going to go into that here. I have other videos where I talk about that, and I've talked a lot about it on podcasts, but it's kind of a weird story. And I felt very uncomfortable talking about that and sharing that. And it was funny because I felt primarily uncomfortable with friends. I didn't really care too much about family because, I don't know, I just wasn't too worried about family, but I knew that they'd be fine. But friends, because like I said, most of my friends at the time were kind of in that business, mortgage broker kind of community, and spirituality is like a real big stretch from that. And so when I was starting this journey, late 2017, early 2018, I felt very alone, and I felt very vulnerable, and it was not easy. I felt very misunderstood by a lot of people, and that was probably just my projection and assumption that people were not going to accept me or like what I do. They're going to judge me. They're going to think less of me, all these things, all that negative self-talk that I'm sure you probably know about, because we've all been there. We've all gone through it. And so life is such a journey. And I think that we have these experiences just to allow us to step more fully into our higher selves, our soul, capital S soul, not little s soul, but like our higher soul. And I don't know, I guess I just wanted to say that, I'm just like you, and I've gone through lots of moments in my life where I felt very vulnerable, very insecure, very much an outcast. Like, let's not even talk about my childhood. I felt like such an outcast growing up, like all through kindergarten, even like preschool, all the way through high school, like my whole life. 43 years. I'm 43 years old. For 43 years, I felt like that in many ways. And I think one thing that has shifted, there's many things that shifted, but one thing that I think has helped is, everybody's doing their own thing, and nobody is really paying that much attention to you. And if they are, then that's just flattering. And yeah, everybody feels the same. Like, when it comes down to it, you and I have the same insecurities, and you and I can step into the same levels of confidence, the same levels of self-trust, the same levels of spiritual awareness and awakening. And we can also, be vulnerable, and, the duality of it all. And so if you're feeling vulnerable, if you're feeling like you are scared to show up in a new version of you, a new, more aligned version of you, I just say frickin' do it, because you will feel so much better when you realize it doesn't matter what people think. People are going to think whatever they want to frickin' think anyway. And you're the one who has to live with yourself. You're the one who has to feel at peace with yourself. You're responsible for your own joy and what you bring into your life. And if you just start approaching it from a more confident perspective, it changes your life and how you move through your life. Like, things just start happening for you because you don't have as many negative thoughts anymore, and you just attract more positivity. Sometimes I like don't like saying that because, there's this kind of thing about like, oh, you just be positive and that's all it takes. And it's more than that. You have to embody it. And what it is embodying yourself. And I did read this book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Great book. Because that also was helpful for stepping into more confidence too, realizing that there's only, like, you can't care about every like what everybody thinks about you. And so anyways, I'm going on a bit of a tangent, but I guess I just wanted to say that I'm like you. I'm human too. I've had the same struggles. And I also want to say, like, and I guess the reason I'm sharing this is because I want you to know that I'm holding space for you. And wherever you are in your journey, whether you're like super confident, on top of your game and feeling really great, or if you're feeling the opposite right now, that's okay. We all have different seasons in our life, and I'm cheering you on, and I want you to embody who you are and start stepping into it. Sometimes it just takes baby steps, baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. And after a while, you've realized you've walked a mile in these new shoes and this new embodiment of who you truly are. And so, yeah, I'm just cheering you on and saying that I know you've got this. And also, I'm human too, and I get the same emotional roller coaster as everybody else. So anyways, that's all I got for you today. Sending you lots of love, and yeah, let me know if you can relate to this. I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments. Kind of, maybe share your journey if you like. You can also send me a DM. I'm here for you. I'm cheering you on and just sending you lots of love. Bye. Okay, wait, I totally signed off, and then I wanted to add something else, so I'm tacking this on too. I wanted to say that it has not always been easy, this whole embodiment thing, and I have lost friends for stepping into my higher self and embodying who I am today. And fuzz is flying. And that was the best thing. That was actually a real big gift. And I still love all these friends that are now more acquaintances, and I still wish the best for them. And that may happen to you too, and that is okay. And if somebody in your life isn't able to hold that space for you as you transform and accept you through your transformations, then it's okay to let them go, and it's okay to send them blessings and love from afar, and it's okay to have that relationship transform and evolve. And everybody has their own journey, and it doesn't make your journey right compared to theirs, or theirs right compared to yours. It just is what it is. There's literally nothing one way or the other. The only thing is it can be challenging, and then it creates more of that, or it can create, for me it created that mental self-talk of feeling not good enough and feeling judged and feeling outcasted. And then I just started telling myself a different story, and that different story was that it's okay that I don't align with this person or these people anymore, and I'm doing my own thing and they're doing their own thing, and I wish the best for them and everybody, you included, everybody, on everybody's each individual and unique journey in this whole collective experience that we are experiencing. So, you know, that was a big hurdle, is like thinking about and mulling over what other people were saying about me or thinking about me. And, you know, they probably actually didn't really think that much. Like, it probably wasn't even that important to them. And I probably, there's a saying of, you'll realize how much people think about you when you realize how little they do. And it's not that they don't care, but it's just people just have their own life. And so that's why it's just important for you to do you. And yeah, okay, I think we get what I'm saying here. So anyways, I'm going to officially sign off now, and I hope you found this video helpful. I hope it helps you embody yourself more confidently and more fully, and align with who it is that you truly are, and you have a light that is meant to be shared with this world. So yeah, okay, that's it. Bye.